Thank you. Yeah.
Call the meeting to order. We'll start with a moment of silence followed by the pledge. Thank you.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any public comment on agenda items only? Seeing none, we'll move on to the corrections of the duplicate. I'm sorry. This is not an agenda item?
It's an agenda item.
Thank you.
Good morning, Anna Lonke. I'm just reviewing the report from the sheriff's office for the uniforms, purchase of new uniforms at $92,000. And the addendum states that there's another $4,500 in expenses for security uniforms. I believe there's about 25 deputies, maybe about 10 bailiffs. That's 35 employees, $100,000 for uniforms. Jail has about 120 officers. And I believe for the past 4 or 5 years, they've spent an average of $96,000 for 120 employees. How do you justify spending $100,000 for 35 for uniforms?
From the,
The bids go out, whatever they are used in the year, whether it's the warden who puts in the estimated, and that's what we go by with the warden request and with the sheriff request. The sheriff does have a lot of new hires that are coming on and also replacing some of the uniforms with individuals. So this every year, it's out and whatever they request, estimated usage, that's what we use. So,
So if the sheriff just requests $100,000, no one questions that amount?
well, that's the bid that comes in. The uniforms are different type of uniforms. There's some tactical uniforms and different things that they have.
Correct.
They're out on the street at different.
I'm aware, my husband used to do the ordering of the uniforms, so I'm aware of what is spent, and that doesn't line up with what.
the other thing is they have to, it's a dollar value. They would have to request for said items. And that is a budget line item that we have. Not that they're going to get everything. If he doesn't hire people, then we don't buy this uniforms. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Corrections to the duplicate. I'd like to welcome our latest and bestest, newest chief assessor, Deb Storman.
So we have no additions. And we have subtractions of $40,000.
Your motion to accept.
So moved.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, Deb. Congratulations. Amend the motion 24-335 dated 11/6 of 24 to correct the bid amount from $84,992.12 to $162,297.52 due to a mathematical error on the submitted proposal page of Pennsylvania Paper and Supply, and to correct the bid amount from $198,065.50 to $196,006.75 due to a mathematical errors submitted on the proposed page from Star Uniform Center. Their motion, please.
So moved.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Amend motion 24-343 dated 11/6/24 to change the fiscal year 2023-2024 HAP HSDF non-block grant report total from $155,502 to $158,902 due to an additional funding received. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Motion carries. Approve the minutes of the 11/6/2024 Commissioners meeting. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Proclamations and certificates. There was a proclamation presented to President Judge Margarita Worthington, wishing her the best in her retirement. Is there a motion, please?
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say about it?
Oh, it was a very nice day. We had some time over in courtroom one, which is the old antique courtroom, and honored her, and it was very, very nicely done. After how many years has she been? 25. Yeah. Okay. So
It's
thank
only
you.
an antique courtroom when I'm in it, so it's been renovated.
Yeah, well, we have renovated, yeah, but it's still.
New business. Number one, personnel, A and B. Is there a motion to accept, please?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Electronic transfers. Is there a motion to accept A through C?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Travel authorization. Approve and ratify the travel request report for adult probation, assessment, and conservation district.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Children and Youth Services, ratify the following adoption assistant agreements for AS and KM. Execute the following subsidized permanent legal custodian agreements for KD, MK, AV, AV, KZ, EG, and SG. And execute service purchase agreements for the period of July 1st, 24 through June 30th of 25 with the following. Summit School, doing business as a Summit Academy for a contract limit of $275,000 for residential treatment. Better Health and Care LLC, doing business as Dream Big Home, contract limit totaling $230,000. It's a group home. And Community Specialist Corporation, doing business as the Academy, contract limit $100,000 for residential treatment. Hoffman Homes for the Youth, contract limit totaling $200,000. It's a shelter program. And CHOR Youth and Family Services, contract limit totaling $315,000 for foster care. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Please note that this is adoption month, and there will be, I think tomorrow there's a celebration.
Yes.
Commissioner's Office, ratify the budget adjustment report dated 11/4/24 for $7,020. Approve the budget adjustment report of on 11/14 of 24 totaling $261,160. Ratify the chief clerk to advertise the 2025 budget presentation. Put this on your calendars of November 27th, 24, and adoption to be on December 8th of 2024. 18th. Approve a request for Safe Monroe to use Courthouse Square on January 15th for the Red Sand Project to raise awareness of human trafficking. Approve the request of Rabbi Silman to place a menorah in Courthouse Square from December 22nd through January 5th to 25. Award the following bids for 2025 county goods and services. We have correctional officer uniforms with Star uniform and Moritz embroidery, deputy sheriff uniforms with Star uniform and Moritz embroidery, fuel oil with Liberty discount, inmate uniforms and supplies with Bob Barker, administrative center janitorial supplies. You see PA Paper, WB Mason, Central Poly Bag Corporation, Pyramid School Products, the Correctional Facility janitorial supplies with Pennsylvania Paper, WB Mason, Central Poly Bag, and Pyramid School Products. Office supplies for WB Mason, toner to WB Mason. Refuse hauling, which is a 3-year contract, was awarded to Waste Management. And sludge hauling to Environmental Service Corp. Ratify change order HVAC C 012 with Barclay Insurance Company, completing surety for the Marks, Sheet Metal and Mechanical Inc. in the total amount and an additional of $24,880 for costs associated with furnishing and installing combustion exhaust and intake air for AHU 1, as well as a lower intake louver. Ratify approval of quote for Primrose Landscaping at a total amount of $3,380 to remove large rocks and debris from the existing stone, grade and roll and compact stone at the temporary parking lot located on 6th Street. Accept a proposal of Mara Restoration for the amount of $2,700 to wash and repoint a selected area and remove light housing and install stone and reinstall stone in damaged area on the old Monroe Street entrance to the courthouse annex, and execute a service agreement with the administration of self-insurance program for a period of January 1st of 25 through December 31st of 2029. The cost of $21,230 for 25, $21,860 for 26, $22,500 for 27, $22,500 for 28, and $22,950 for 29. Add the following vendors for the county list of approved vendors: Anne Marie Ruffler, Freehoffler, and Brenda Sikora. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Domestic relations, execute payment of and technology service agreement with Crestal Government Payment Solutions for a 3-year period for client payments. This will allow domestic relations to take credit cards, to pay overdue fees that they might have, and the percentage that the credit card company pays is paid by the person making the payment. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Fiscal and grants. Authorize the grants manager Kwanzaa Smith to electronically accept the Monroe County Control Center Network Upgrade Phase 1A quote from Two Way Communications to be funded by fiscal year 24 Bryan Discretionary Community Project Grant, an amount of $943,957.34. Ratify authorization of the grants manager Kwanzaa Smith to submit the fiscal year 25 mosquito-borne disease control grant in the amount of $135,948 for the period of January 1st, 25 through December 31st of 25. Authorize the grants manager Kwanzaa Smith to electronically submit the local share account fund, gaming fund, statewide application in the amount of $93 for the period to be determined, and approve the resolution to authorize the filing of the proposal for funds with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, DCED, for the fiscal year 24 local share account fund for the amount of, again, $99,093 for the purchase of a bed fireplace and a 4th burn room at the Monroe County Firemen's Association training facility. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Kwanzaa's here. It's just that she's doing a lot of writing and a lot of getting money in for us. So thank you very much for the work you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
Information Technologies and Services. Ratify acceptance of the service agreement with Tyler Technologies for the amount of $6,000 to provide database server and application server migration, and ratify acceptance of quote with BMC Software, Inc. in the amount of $10,165.40 for the period of November 13th, 24 to July 28th of 25 for Trackit. Name technician with 50 self-serve users. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Pocono Mountains Municipal Airport Authority approved payment, the matching grant fund for the amount of $37,000 or 10%, agreement 92003502, and $5,200, 5% agreement for C9200023243 from the Hotel Tax Fund. Is there a motion, please?
Second.
Thank you. This is an expansion at the airport. It's been funded through the feds.
Yeah.
And for their matching parts, we're able to use hotel tax. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Monroe County Industrial Development Authority acknowledged the receipt for the Pocono Mountain Industries 23 financial statement for the year ending 12/31/23. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Excellent. We all been waiting for that. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Probation Department, execute the juvenile probation service agreement, the amount of $96,795 for the period of July 1st, 24 through July 30th of 25. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second,
Second, just over here, June 30th, 2025.
I'm sorry, did I say something different?
Yes.
I apologize. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Capital outlay, approve the capital purchases report date of 11/14/24 totaling $73,649.05.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Just for those keeping track at home, $67,697.25 is for portable radios being utilized by the district attorney, the sheriff, corrections, emergency management, and the coroner. And the other $5,951.80 is for cabinets and installation in the sheriff's civil area. Is there any public comment? Ms. Pesh?
So Teresa Pesh, today my public statement is in regards to the 2024 general election. And I like to say that many of us are relieved that the county commissioners decide to rescind their first decision of to accept the mail-in ballot envelopes that were not properly dated or undated. So we'd like to relieve that you decided not to accept those envelopes. And we look forward to the hearing at 11:30 today. Also, I'd like to state that the 2% audit that was done for Chestnut Hill 1 is actually required by the law. I heard some people say that they didn't know why we were doing that, and it actually is required by the law. And I just handed Mr. Grass a letter that was given by PA Fair Elections to the Monroe County Board of Elections. It was sent this September 3rd, 2024, in regards to multiple versions of the secretary's report over versions clear ballot, clear vote election equipment, which requires that the 2% statistical recount be exclusively via hand count. This also goes along with the election code and Title 25, Section 331(17), which requires, in quotes, a statistical recount of a random sample of ballots after each election using manual, mechanical, or electronic device of a type different than those used for a specific election. This audit must be conducted via manual count of the voter marked paper ballots exclusively. And we'd like to thank you, the Republican Committee would like to thank you for having that done this past week. Yes, today's Wednesday, that was on Monday. And I know it took about five to 6 hours to complete. So we appreciate that being done. And also what I just stated about the law is also in this report, which is from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of State report concerning examination of results of clear ballot, clear vote 2.3. But I'd also like to state, forgot my phone. What I'd also like to state is in Title 25 of the Election Code is 3150-16, and that is in response to, thanks, Teresa. That is in response to the deadline of when the mail-in ballots are supposed to be brought into the building where they are to be counted. So in paragraph C, it states deadline, except as provided under Title 25, 3511 relating to receipt of voted ballots. A completed mail-in ballot must be received in the office of the County Board of Elections no later than 8:00 PM on the election day, which doesn't happen when we have mail-in ballots coming from Pocono Pines and the Hughes Library when those ballot boxes are being closed at 8:00. And the last thing I'd like to state is in regards to,
Teresa,
I just like 30 more seconds,
we have the 3-minute rule.
is in regards to that
Teresa,
in
thank you.
Title 25, Article 2, Section 202, that we are entitled to look at
Teresa.
records
Teresa,
for the election.
thank you. Is there anything else? Yes?
Completely off of the elections. Janet Duna from Polk Township. I was just wondering if there is a federal recommendation for the Delaware River National Park to be changed to a national park. Is there any recommendations on the federal level? Is that something that we're working on in the county level?
It is nothing that's being done on the county level. If you would oftentimes reference what they call the Big Green Book, which is the budget for the National Park Service, and they give the number of visits and so on. If I'm not mistaken, you'll find that there's no increase in funding if you change your designation. And with the change of the designation, the increase impact on, infrastructure would be significant. So there is a group that is pushing for it. But that's the only thing that I know of.
And I was very involved with that back in 2021, right after I came on board. But because of, if it did happen, 209, part of 209 would be, it would be federal. You had to be like shut down. You'd have to pay to go through, and you'd have to go through. It's just the whole change that would happen to that area is just phenomenally out there. So I've been following the emails. I haven't seen a whole lot of uptake on the feds pushing that again on the Pennsylvania side. Anyway,
I just want to make sure that that's like, bring it up.
I have not seen it.
Yes, ma'am.
I am Dulce Rader, and I'm from South Stroudsburg. The council just approved an encampment, a homeless encampment, in our backyard,
No.
and
What
that's out the
council?
way.
What's your answer?
Stroudsburg Borough Council.
That's
No,
right.
about it.
You mean last night they did it?
As I understand it, Glen Park is supposed to be now, an approved,
No, you're reading something that was posted on PA homepage.
okay, so can you
That
comment
was,
what the situation is on that? Because
no one has made any statement of that. Nobody has passed anything.
okay, is the county doing anything to help these people? Because I'm quite concerned for them. I know people that have been homeless. We have a snowstorm coming. People shouldn't be out on the streets or in a camp. They need to be inside a building. Are you doing anything about it?
The homeless issue has been an issue for a very, very, very long time. There was conversations that we had yesterday from a group that would like us to remove everybody from the area. So what's going to happen is there's going to have to be a larger conversation, because if we just evict everybody out of there, there's going to be a significant infusion of people into the neighborhood. There is conversations that we should, Street to Feet is one organization that's out there, but they are horribly underfunded with only one staff member and the director. It is a problem. And
When are you having these conversations?
Ongoing.
let me just say this, we had a conversation yesterday that was called by a group to come meet with us about that. If you,
What's the name of the group?
Isn't the homeless advisory?
Some Pocono riding,
bike club
It was the bike club, yeah.
Oh,
uses,
okay.
it uses Glen Park.
that uses Glen Park, but we also have the homeless advisory board. We have all kinds of things, but unfortunately, when you look at all the, how can I say it? There are ordinances that do not allow for homeless shelters in certain areas, okay? Nobody has come up and said, we'd like to have the homeless shelter here, but everybody will have their point of view.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, please.
I mean, so the cold weather shelter at the Wesleyan Church opened November 1st. Now, it hasn't been that cold, so people are utilizing it, but they are welcome to go there.
Well, that's not the, that.
I'm just-
Solve this problem because it's
I understand. I'm just letting you know that there is something.
approved and actually advertise it so that more people come in. And, I live in the neighborhood and I have my Ring camera go off in the middle of the night because there's people walking on the streets, and they're not in their best capacity. These people need help and we need to do more and we need to find the money. And as a citizen, resident, tell us what we can do to help you solve this problem.
I'll tell you what, if you could give Cindy your contact information, and when they have, the next group comes together, we'll invite you. Thank you.
I would love that because I know people that have been homeless. It's a horrible situation. I know parents that have children that are addicted and they try to help their children and they can't because they're 18 and they want to do what they want to do. And to help a homeless person is very difficult, but that does not justify having them be out.
Thank you.
Not home.
Mr. Deemer?
Real quick. Ooh.
So I just want to let you folks remind everybody that as November is coming to an end, we're going to kick off the holiday season. We have free Christmas tree lighting in downtown Stroudsburg on Black Friday, November 29th, from 5:30 to 7:30. Free to attend. You get to take photos with the Grinch, meet Santa, and we have entertainment by Brad Rockanova and his big band. So come on out and kick out the holiday season.
Thank you. Is there anything else? I was asked by my solicitor that there be no shenanigans here today, and I'd like to appreciate everybody for following suit. And I'd like to entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
We are, thank you. I think that was towards me that she said no shenanigans. I just wanted to